Sometimes you have quite a negative stereotype of a Sikh. He's always hot-headed and is always ready to pick out the sword and ready to fight. But actually, that's not the real Sikh. The real Sikh, or the Khalsa, which is this warrior class of the Sikhs itself, is that there are essentially meditators first and warriors second.
I'd love to know that warrior kind of aspect of Sikhism. Because even if we talk about the Sikh community in the modern day in India, all Indians owe a lot to the Sikh warrior community. Be it the independence movement, be it before that, when the country was undergoing invasions, the Sikhs were the first line of defense. They're the warriors that go to the forefront. So it was so inspirational for me to just be a Punjabi and kind of know that, okay, these are my brothers, who went there. For me, the warrior aspect of everything that Guru Gobind Ji said was so kind of important in shaping up my own mind. So I'd love to know what you have to say about that warrior aspect of Sikhism.
It's a beautiful part of the tradition. And I just give you a little bit of the backdrop for those of your audience who don't know the story around why Sikhism came. It started with the birth of Guru Nanak in the 1400s. And in the early 1500s, India began to see invasion from Mughal emperors. So the real Mughal empire into India was around those 1500s, and it started with an emperor called Babur. And what you saw at that time was huge amounts of political divisions, a lot of segregation, a lot of tension. And really, he was acting like a dictator, coming in and mass killing so many people because he just believed that I am owed this country. I'll just come and take whatever I want. So if you just think about the geography of Punjab and where it started, that was where the Arab invasion started around from those sorts of areas. And so you had a group of people rise up and say, this is our home. You have to stand up for what you believe. These are our brothers. This is our families. So we have to stand up for these people. And that's really where the whole warrior aspect started from. You mentioned Guru Gobind Singh Ji. One of the key lessons that he teaches about being a warrior, he says, only when every other method of diplomacy has failed, only then should you pick up the sword. And sometimes we think that, sometimes you have quite a negative stereotype of a Sikh. He's always hot-headed and is always ready to pick out the sword and ready to fight. But actually, that's not the real Sikh. The real Sikh, or the Khalsa, which is this warrior class of the Sikhs itself, is that there are essentially meditators first and warriors second. So when your determination to stand up for injustice, stand up against human rights abuses, when that comes from a sense of peace first, when that comes from a sense of equality that everybody deserves to live a peaceful life, when that comes from a sense of, I may not follow the same religion as you, I may not be of the same traditional background as you, but it's my job to defend your right to live however you want. Everybody deserves to live. And really, you can talk about the Human Rights Act and all of the human rights privileges that we allow ourselves in the world today. These things have been pioneered by some of these warriors who actually said, I'm here to defend you. But it doesn't come from agitation. It doesn't come from anger. It actually comes from love. So when you are loving, then you are in a position that you can help other people.